What's up everybody, I'm Braden Adams. Welcome back to my garage, and today we're going to show you how to use SuperATV's alignment kit. Here's the tools you'll need. Let's get right to it. All right, so at this point in your install, you would have just installed a new set of tie rods, maybe a new set of A-arms, or both at the same time. So the wheel and tire is going to be off. All your suspension hardware is going to be tight and ready to go. You're going to take the alignment plate, line it up. It does have a multi-lug fitment here, so it's going to fit on pretty much any year, make, model machine. And you're just going to take your lug nuts and you're just going to run them up. You don't need to tighten these down. We're just going to snug them by hand. Just take them, tighten them up by hand. All right, so once you have your plates on both sides, what you're gonna do is make sure that you have your wheels and tires on in the rear, and then you're just gonna sit the machine down on the ground. Make sure that the suspension's settled. All right, so now you're gonna grab both of your tape measures and you're gonna hook them onto the plates. So on the plate, there is a notch that the tape measure will go into. And you just pull tension on it, hold it in place, bring it to the opposite side, hook it into the opposite side notch, and then just pull your tape measure tight. And you'll do that on the front and back side of the plates. All right, now that you're down here, what you want to do is make sure that your steering wheel is perfectly straight. And then I like to go ahead and get these close so you can make adjustments on your tie rods. One thing you want to keep in mind though is you don't want to make all the adjustments on one side. Let's say that we check our measuring tape here and we're 10 centimeters off. We would want to apply 5 centimeters of rotation on the tie rod on the driver's side as well as the passenger side. That's just an example. You just don't want to apply all of the changes to one side. So you want to evenly adjust. That way we keep our rotors nice and straight. Our tires will be nice and straight. So we'll make a couple quick adjustments here. And as you make adjustments, it's gonna pull the tape measures around. You just wanna make sure that you keep them nice and tight. Okay, so we've made about half of the adjustment, and then we go over here to the opposite side. Just give it a couple turns, and we'll go back, pull our tape measures tight, and make sure that we're centered up. I like to set all of my machines up at 0. You can tow them in a little bit if you'd like, or tow them out, totally up to you. Personal preference, I like to get the tires set straight as possible. So we're good to go with that. Now I'm gonna show you how the angle finder works. All right, so now we're gonna grab our angle finder, go ahead and turn it on, and lay it on the flat plate on the bottom, and then click 0. So that's gonna zero it out, and then you can take it and stick it right to the plate, and we're gonna check it out. So whenever you change from the X to the Y axis, what it's gonna do, it's either gonna be at 0 on the X axis. If you go to the Y, it's gonna be 90 as 0. So 90 degrees would be 0 at that point. So from here to here. So when you're looking at your readout, so right now, for example, this says 89.5. So that means this is negative half a degree on the camber, which is perfectly acceptable. I like to set machines up anywhere from 0 to -2, preferably as close to 0 as possible, but half a degree, not gonna worry about that too much. If you would like to make adjustments on your pivot blocks with a set of SuperATV arms, every 2 360-degree rotations equals 1 degree of camber change. So for example, if you have a machine that has pivot blocks on the bottom arm or the lower arm, if you make 2 adjustments out, so 2 360-degree rotations out, that's gonna bring the tire in because you're making the lower arm longer. So if you had too much negative camber, you would thread the pivot blocks in 2 360-degree rotations to get the camber back out. So either way you do that, you're just gonna have to adjust it for exactly how your machine's set up. And if you've already got a set of A-arms on your machine and the camber's already good to go, you don't need to worry about that step. You would just set your toe and you're good to go. So once the toe's all set, what you would do is go in and lock the jam nuts down on your tie rods. If the camber needed to be adjusted, you would lock the jam nuts down on your pivot blocks, raise the machine back in the air, remove the plates, the tape measures, the angle finder, reinstall your wheels and tires, and that's all there is to it to use SuperATV's alignment kit for any machine that we have available for our lug patterns. Be sure to check the description below to pick yours up today, and while you're there, drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.